Yo people, so yes, I have another one, or rather a carry on from the last one and a previous video I have done. So let's get straight into it, no messing about. I believe that Liam the Terrible, the van lifer and YouTuber, was also George Harrison of the Beatles. And there he is. And if we take these two pictures here and put them together, you can see just how similar these two characters are. So they really haven't changed a lot, but they've done something with the eyes. George Harrison's eyes are bigger, changes the look, but really just the overall look. The nose is the same, beard, hair. They haven't changed a lot, people, but you would never see it until you see it. Now, obviously, my last video was Liam the Terrible, was Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters. And if you haven't seen that video, go and watch that video. I'll put a link on the end. And for those that know my videos, you may well have already done the maths on this one, because about 6 months ago I did a video exposing Dave Grohl and George Harrison as the same person. So as I'd done that video a while back and a lot of people wouldn't have seen it, I will go over some strong links from that video, thus making it easier to see that Liam the Terrible is also George Harrison as well as Dave Grohl. So first of all, there's quite a few internet comparisons. These are off the internet. Quite a few of these on the internet. So people have already noticed the similarities between the two. And as usual, totally looks like .com comes up trumps with who is who. So blatantly, Dave Grohl is a Satanist. Here he is with devil horns and all mocking tongue. And here he is with his latest film, Studio 666. I mean, you know, blatantly part of it. And of course, the Beatles were blatantly part of it. Here they are, throwing up the 666 and the devil horns. And here is Liam the Terrible throwing up the devil horns. So this is Patty Boyd and George Harrison. Notice the colours. And this is Dave Grohl and his wife. And if we put them two together there, I mean, come on, people. Blatantly the same people. Look at the wives. Look at what colours they're wearing. This is the kind of thing they do. They match it up. But look how similar those wives are. 100% the same people. So looking at some connections, Dave Grohl shares he connected with George Harrison most. Yeah, of course he did. Dave Grohl on his favourite George Harrison song. And then in this article he goes on to say that he wrote a song on the first Foo Fighters album called Oh George, which was basically a ode to George Harrison. Then there's this, Dave Grohl and the Beatles. If it weren't for the Beatles, I would not be a musician. Dave Grohl keeps the Beatles' legacy alive for his young daughter. I mean, come on, people. And then, of course, the story of Paul McCartney and Dave Grohl's friendship. Yes, okay. Blatant as you like that one. So, if we take this photo of George Harrison when he was young and flick through with Liam the Terrible, you can see just how similar their eyes and eyebrows are. Then what about this? Beatles, the day George Harrison quit over terrible rows and bullying, quote unquote. Terrible rows? He quit the Beatles over terrible rows? Come on, people. And then we have this famous photo of George Harrison. I think it was off a movie soundtrack or something. And then we have a similar photo of Liam the Terrible. Then we have this George Harrison song, Drilling a Home. Drilling a home like Liam the Terrible and his Coalition Vans bespoke camper van building service. Come on, people. They link it up. They tell you what is going on. Then we have this George Harrison riding a motorcycle. Looks like it was around 1970 by his hair length. Let's have a look at the photos. So there he is on a motorbike. And there he is with his hair in some kind of bun ponytail. And there he is with his hair up in a bun. Very similar to Liam the Terrible when he has his hair in a bun. And of course the main link here being that Liam the Terrible loves his motorbikes, as does Dave Grohl. So this is Liam the Terrible with short hair and his supposed friend, but that is Jodie Marsh, the glamour model. And if we take this photo of Dave Grohl with his wife and put it together there with Jodie Marsh, they look very, very similar indeed. And if we take this photo of George Harrison with Pattie Boyd and put Jodie Marsh and Pattie Boyd together, I mean, come on, people. Little bit of makeup change, no tan, very, very similar indeed. And something I found after I made the last video, which I wish I'd have put in the last video, but it is what it is. Liam the Terrible playing the drums with his hair down, just like Dave Grohl in Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, as links go, people, that is as strong as it's ever going to get. So yes, I am 100% that George Harrison, Dave Grohl and Liam the Terrible are all the same person. And I know there is many others to come with these characters, as there is with all of these royal actors, because that's what they are, people. They're royal actors and they play many characters, and it is time to wake the fuck up. Peace!